Hello, 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 beauties. So, right now I have you on my phone and you're on my camera here. I am going to share with you some lost archives over the past summer. This past summer. This past summer, I went back to the United States. I really don't know where I want to be. My heart of hearts wanted to be back in the United States and call that my home again, but no matter how many times I go back, no matter how many times I visit my children, I still don't feel a connection, so to speak. I still don't feel like I belong. And one of the things that people never talk about is once you move overseas, once you travel and you start to understand that those prices in the United States that they're charging us for shit don't make sense, you'll never want to pay those prices again. So I wanted to feel connected because my kids are there, my grandkids are there, but I just couldn't find the connection. So, in my heart of hearts, I knew that wasn't going to be my home again, even though I wanted it to be. So, anyway, I digress. I just wanted to share with you this little vlog before it got too old. I wanted to get it out of my archives and put it up here, and I hope you enjoy. Like, comment, share, and if you are not a subscriber, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you are aware when I upload more amazing videos such as this. Now, let's get into the vlog. Hello, 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 you guys. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome in, look around, check out some of my other videos, see if there's something that resonates with you, and if so, make sure you like, comment, share. And if you're going to do all that, you may as well subscribe. It does not cost you one dime. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell so that you are aware when I upload more amazing videos such as this. So you guys, it is official. I have officially left. I'm going to use the word left Bali, Indonesia. I'm not going to say I've officially moved, but I have officially left Bali, Indonesia, and I am here in these United States. Today is officially will be the second day, the second full day that I'm here. And, you know, I have to admit, I was really nervous. Okay, wait a minute. For those of you who are new here, I was living in Bali, Indonesia for the past 5 years, you guys. It was absolute peace, serenity. I got to know myself on levels and levels and levels that you wouldn't even understand, okay? I got to experience the new culture, new language, new food. I got to wake up when I want, just live the whole life of being in a cocoon, a protective cocoon. And last year, when I came here to the United States to visit my family, because my youngest son had his first child, and I went back to Bali, I was like, within maybe, I'd say 3 to 4 months, I started feeling like I need to get back to the US. Like I was having that calling, the same calling that drew me to go to Bali initially. I was having that on my heart. And I was confused. I was like, maybe I don't need to go back to the US. Maybe I just need to move somewhere else. And every time I thought about where could be the next place that I moved to, it kept bringing me back to the United States. And then when I got the opportunity to buy the ticket to come here, it felt better, but it felt scary to me. Because I was like, wait, no, hustle and grind mode. Who wants to do that after living in this peace? Who wants to hustle and grind? And I have to tell you, I'm still nervous, but I am on my first official house set. So that's what I did. I was like, oh my God, I don't feel like getting my own place. I don't feel like first of all, financially, I'm not in that position. And I did that intentionally. Like the life that I was living in Indonesia was middle of the road type of life. It wasn't a luxurious life. I'm not that type of individual anyway. Now, don't get me wrong. I like luxury. I like nice things, okay? But for me, I just need to thrive. I need to feel good in my environment. I need to be in nature. I need to be surrounded with positivity. I need to have a place where I could connect to spirit. You know what I'm saying? And I was middle of the road in Bali. And then, so coming here, I was like, I don't want to jump back into being tethered or anchored to anything. I don't want to have to buy no car. I don't want to have to sign no lease. I really don't. That's the way I'm feeling now. Now, I could be totally off base with this. Like, how are you going to function in the United States if you have none of that? If you're doing none of that, you know? Because it's looked at in the United States as you being a failure if you don't have the things. Well, 5 years traveling. Now, let me just say this too. Over the past 5 years, yes, Bali has been my home base, but I've traveled to other countries. I've traveled to Turkey. I've traveled to Malaysia, to Thailand. I've traveled to Mexico. You know, so I've traveled more over the past 5 years than I had over my whole life, you guys. For real, for real. And I did it by myself. So when you're in the States trying to live a life like the one that I had in Bali is almost unheard of. And vice versa. When you're in Bali, you're trying to live the life like you in the United States, hustle and grind. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, baby. You're gonna have to leave everything that you know from the US here because it's not gonna work over there. I mean, they just don't get down like we get down. They ain't about the hustle and grind. They do things on their time. They smiling, you know, they're very appreciative, and it's a different vibe. So to come here and not have the things that society says makes you something is weird. And so even with that being said, you know, I was really nervous after I bought the ticket. I'm like, well, how am I going to do this? Because paying for a hotel every single day just don't even, that's crazy. But Spirit, I'm relying on you because you led me here. You led me to believe this was the next chapter, the next path, right? So I was talking to a girl and she turned me on to she reminded me of house sitting. And the moment that I applied for house sitting, I landed my first sit for the very first day of arriving here in Atlanta. And this particular house sit was for 10 days, and they have left their vehicle for the 10 days. And as you can see, this is the ideal house sit, huh, Princessa?
That's a good girl. She's a good girl. Yes, it is. She's a sweetie pie.
This dog is, if I'm going to house sit, this is the house sit to get. So she is setting the standard for the next ones. So after this 10 days, you guys, then I don't know. So after this 10 days, I'm going into another house sit, but there's a time in between. There's 3-day period in between where I'm having nothing. And none of the ones that I've landed thus far come with a car. So that's a heightened expense. I don't know. It's still kind of nerve-wracking. Let me lift y'all up because this tripod, it wants to slide down. It's still kind of nerve-wracking for me. But one of the things that I thought about the most in anticipation of coming here was to braid my hair. So the less responsibility that I have, you know, trying to take care of myself while living this nomadic life. I think for me, living this nomadic life is taking care of myself, to be honest. The only thing, since I've been here, yesterday, like I said, yesterday was the first day. I immediately got up in the morning. I went to my storage. I put a lot of the stuff that I had, because I was carrying 3 suitcases, okay? 2 large ones and 1 carry-on. So a lot of the stuff I put in my storage. I went through what I could see in my storage that I absolutely know that I'm not going to need or use, and started tossing that stuff. And that's been a burden, because I told y'all I don't want to be tethered to anything. And for the past 5 years, I've been paying for the storage, and I paid for what's in the storage 5 times, 5 times already, just by paying the storage bill. So I went in there. It's the kind of thing, like, I haven't needed any of those things over the past 5 years, but to just throw them away also makes no sense. And because I don't have any friends or family in Atlanta, I can't even give away my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I donated a lot before I even moved what I have into the storage. And it's still a 10 by 5 ball and chain. That's what I'm gonna call it. It's a 10 by 5 ball and chain that is keeping me bound and very expensive. So my kids live in Las Vegas, and my son, my youngest son, the one that I told you I went to, help, support his first child last year. Support meaning congratulate, meaning being there. He just got his very first apartment on his own. So I want to get him a lot of the things that are in there. Child, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on right now, you guys. And I wanted you guys to see, but then I didn't want y'all to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want y'all to see what we doing, but I don't really want y'all to see what we doing, because we ain't really doing a whole lot. And we ain't doing nothing. I don't know. Maybe it is inspiring. My whole point and goal is, in creating content, is to be an inspiration. It's to inspire people to live life on their own terms. And I most certainly have always done that. Like that. That's probably one of the things that I do the best with the least effort, is just doing me, just doing what makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's in alignment with anyone else or not, And I used to think it was weird. I used to think that, what's wrong with me? But now it's like, no, there are people out there who get it, who understand. And those are my people. You are my people. You're who I'm talking to. You tired of living that anchored life as well, right? So, hold on, y'all. This crazy how that thing be going down. So anyway, I'm braiding my hair. It's going to be a couple of days. So I knew that this 10-day sit was going to be majority braiding the hair. So I'm braiding the hair. The only thing that I have not done and I don't want to get caught up in now, yesterday I did go to one of my little favorite breakfast spots. Thumbs up. If you guys know anything about Atlanta, thumbs up for breakfast is the bomb as far as, you know, the catfish and grits. That's my favorite. So yesterday I did go and have breakfast there, but I haven't, and the thing that I missed the most, you guys, while I was away is Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is my shit, you know. So I want to go and buy groceries. I don't want to be eating out every day. I want to get my health and fitness back. After I get my hair situated, I am going to start focusing back on my health. We're going to jump into our 30-day bombshell shoulder challenge. We're going to jump into that August 1st. So I have sits all this month. There are 2 weeks in the month that I'm going to have to figure out where I'm staying. I'm going to have to figure it out. But after that, I think I'm going to head over to Las Vegas and see my children and my grandchildren. And then I got to come back here because I have a couple of house sits in August. I really want to get a good track record and get some good reviews on the house sitting platform so that eventually, if I want to, I can continue house sitting in different countries. You know what I'm saying? When I figure out what I want to do and where I want to be, I can continue house sitting in different countries. So yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm getting to a point where, I don't know. I follow my spirit. I really do. Like, people ask me all the time, like, why did you move to Bali? What took you to Bali? Why did you choose Bali? And it's like, Bali literally chose me. I did not choose Bali. I know nothing about Bali. Bali chose me. And it was for the perfect time and the perfect reasons. When I moved to Atlanta in 2016, it was like everything was perfect. After I moved out of that being complacent, everything just started to line up and open up for me. And it was the same thing as far as living in Indonesia. It was perfect timing. So I've learned to trust my spirit. When my spirit says move, I'll be moving, you know? The last time I came back to the US and I stayed for a year, whew, that was a crazy time. Y'all, I have never known my biological father all my life. I only knew his name. I never knew what he looked like. My mom never had any pictures. When I would ask about him, she would change the subject. So I just felt like that was like maybe a sore spot for her or something that was embarrassing for her. I don't know. I didn't know the details, and I was just resolute in the idea that I would never know. But when I came back again after being drawn here, I did 2 things. I finally published my first book. That was crazy because I needed something to do. And I was like, girl, finish your book, write your book, publish your book. I did that. And I met my biological father after 51 years for the very first time. So when I tell you that I be trusting my spirit, like things are happening for a reason, and they've been good reasons. And I want this to be a good reason that I was drawn to come back here. I want this to be a good reason. I don't know what it is. It hasn't been revealed to me as of yet, but I'm sure over time I will learn. And I just wanted to check in with y'all. I just wanted to talk to y'all and let you know where we're at, what we're doing. See how the camera has gone down again? Where we're at, what we're doing, and how we are doing it. Let me, I was talking to my son on Facebook last night, and he was like, I was like, I've been doing this little spot all day in my hair. He was like, yeah, you don't braid as fast as you used to, huh? Because y'all, I would sit down in the middle of my floor, put on YouTube or Netflix, and go to town. And it would take me probably a day to do these little micro braids. But child, don't seem like I'm getting nowhere. It is now 7:30 in the morning. So I know it's going to be a while. So let me just go and finish this, as much of it as I can today. If there's anything going on today, I will keep y'all in the loop, but I don't think so. And yeah, talk to you soon. Bye.